I know you've probably seen people on YouTube and TikTok using cash envelopes, like stuffing their money into an envelope, and you're like, how do I cash stuff? I want to do it. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can start using cash envelopes. If this is your first time watching me, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krys the Maximizer, and I am a strategic money coach, and I help moms create financial stability through proactive planning and strategic money management. And for today's video, we're digging into how you can start using cash envelopes. And I have 4 tips for you that I want to share with you about using cash envelopes, so let's dig right on it. First things first, cash envelopes are for expenses. I sometimes see people cash stuffing their bills. And in my opinion, I feel like you should only be cash stuffing things that you are going to pay with cash. Because it may be a little bit counterproductive to remove cash from the bank, put it in an envelope to put it back to pay the bill for that month. Now, if you're saving cash long term and then like once you get to 1,000, you're going to go ahead and put it in the bank, I think that's cool. But I think for your every monthly expenses, it may be a little counterproductive to withdraw, count, and then put it back in. But to each his own. But I think this should be strictly expenses. Expenses are anything that doesn't have a due date, but you spend money on. So think groceries, gas, household items, eating out, fun money, pet care, anything that you spend money on that doesn't have a due date. A lot of these things are necessary, but some of them are discretionary things that we need to make us feel good, but we don't need them necessarily to survive. So I just wanted to put that out there when it comes to cash envelopes. I'm strictly talking about cash envelopes on a monthly basis for your expenses. First step is you need to decide your expense categories. So what I teach in my Money Saving Academy is a budget method where we list out all of our expenses. So you need to write out and decide what are the categories that you want for your cash envelopes. Where do you spend your money on a monthly basis, and how do you want to categorize it? So for example, we have gas, we have groceries. I like to do groceries / eating out. So eating out would have one envelope and then groceries would have one envelope. I don't like to just do food because I want to differentiate between eating at home and then eating out. Some people like to commingle them. Again, you decide your categories. I also am going to need a category for couponing. I don't necessarily have a category for monthly household items like light bulbs and carpet cleaner, simply because I usually pull that stuff from my couponing budget. So I have a couponing budget. If I need other household items, then for that month, we can add in a household budget. Like if we want to buy candles, or if we do want to go ahead and buy the carpet cleaner because we're going to get a big bottle of it or something, then I will add in household items as a line item in our budget, but we don't have that in there every month. So anything that you're consistently spending money on every month needs a category. You can put it together. I have beauty. Beauty for me includes my nails done, any hair supplies, if I get any waxes, all of that is under the category of beauty. So you've got to decide your categories first so that you know how your money is going to be spread out. Second, you've got to choose the monthly amounts. How much are you allocating? How much are you giving yourself to spend in that category for the month? So how much are you giving yourself for groceries? And how much are you giving yourself for gas? And how much are you giving yourself to eat out? And how much are you giving yourself for fun money? How much are you giving yourself to spend however you decide? You've got to sit down with your numbers and really say, all right, this is how much I'm giving to each category, because otherwise you won't know how much cash to put in each envelope. Number 3, you need to choose your cash stuffing day. So if you get paid bi-weekly, maybe you want to do this every 2 weeks. Once you get paid, you go to the bank and get your cash. Maybe you want to do it weekly. Maybe you pull out 2 weeks worth of money, but you only stuff week by week. You've got to decide what is your cash stuffing day, and if you're stuffing just for the week, or are you doing it for 2 weeks, or are you doing it for the month? Because then you're going to sit down with your budget, the amounts that you've allocated, with the money that you have, and figure out how much goes in each envelope for whatever specified amount of time you're going to be using it for. The key and the reason why most people use cash envelopes is so they can't go over. So once you set your amount, that's it. There's no adding to it. Some people borrow. I suggest being very strict with yourself, and when it's gone, it's gone. Now, I don't use cash envelopes on a regular. I only use them when I'm going on vacation. I tend to have all of my expense money in a bank account, and I transfer the weekly amounts over. So it's kind of the same thing, but I just have one debit card that I use for all of my expenses. But if you really want to be strict with yourself, if you put half of your grocery budget in and that has to last you 2 weeks, you are going to be very mindful of your spending to make sure that you have enough food for the 2 weeks with the money that you have. Once it's gone, it is gone. That is the point of cash envelopes, to set these really hard boundaries for yourself so that you can truly make progress on whatever money goals you set for yourself. Tip number 4. I think this is a crucial tip that a lot of people may or may not follow. I don't know. You have to review your spending. So when you're doing cash, I highly suggest you get receipts, because you can spend cash and not know where you spent it. So whenever I was on vacation and I was using cash envelopes, I got a receipt for everything, because I wanted to get an accurate depiction of, like, when I'm on vacation with me and Kinsley, how much do I spend? And if I'm on vacation with me and Kinsley and Bay, how much are we spending on food? How much are we spending on transportation? How much are we spending on gifts? How much are we spending while we're out? Because cash doesn't leave a paper trail. So if you don't get receipts, you can't review your spending. Because what if you only gave yourself $400 for groceries and you are consistently running out of money every month? There's 2 things. 1, you maybe need to double down, use some coupons and some deals. Or 2, you may not have given yourself enough money to meet your bare minimum. But also, you can review your spending. If you look and you see you spent $75 on crab legs, and it's like, you know what? I can't buy crab legs next month, because that $75 could have been 2 packs of chicken, 2 packs of beef, or what have you. That could have gave us 3 or 4 meals, but we spent $75 on one meal because we wanted crab legs. So you really want to have the chance to really look at your spending to see where you spent that money, to decide if next month you want to keep the same amount, or do you need to increase it? Or are you setting $400 a month for groceries, but you're only spending $275? You may be able to reduce it so that you can use some of that additional money for other things that are equally as important. So this is why really sitting down on a weekly basis and tracking your expenses to see, where did I spend this money? That is so important and so key. It's going to tell you a lot about your spending habits. It's going to tell you a lot about what you buy. And it's also going to tell you a lot about if you need to increase or decrease your budget in one of your cash envelope areas. So if you want really cute cash envelopes, I say go to Etsy. There's a ton of Etsy shops out there. One thing that I do, and I'm going to pop it up here on the screen, is I use an accordion. So I bought an accordion, very similar, or it's actually the same thing that I used when I was putting my paper coupons away. And literally, I just write on the little tabs. I had gas, I had food, and I had miscellaneous, because I only used it for vacation. I was road tripping, so I did how much gas it takes me to get up there, how much gas it takes me to get back. And any small trips I was doing, I went on Google Maps and I saw how many miles do I get to the gallon, and then I added 20%. So let's just say for the 2-week vacation that I took and I was road tripping, I needed $350 for gas. I put $350 in gas in my cash envelope section in the accordion for gas. And then I was like, all right, we usually do like $100 a day for food. We're going to be gone for 14 days. I gave us $1,200 for food because I knew I was going to be eating with my mom sometimes and what have you. So I put $1,200 in there for food. Miscellaneous fund, whatever, I only put like $400 in there. Because again, for a lot of this, I was going to be with my family. So I wouldn't have to spend as much as if I was like in a hotel and didn't have a car. So I allocated appropriately, but it was all in an accordion. And then I had that accordion tethered in my purse. I had one of my purses that had like a little clip on it. So that way no one could like run out with my cash envelopes. But there's all kinds of envelopes you can grab on Etsy. That part isn't important. The important part is to make sure that you have a good money management system. Making it look pretty is just a fun part of the journey. So let me know in the comments what questions you have about using cash envelopes, how getting started with them. And if you want more help better managing your money and reaching your big financial goals, I would invite you to join us inside the Money Saving Academy. This is my group coaching program where I help you save up to $300 per month by couponing, budgeting, and meal planning. So if you're ready to take your money savings and your money management to the next level, I would love to have you inside. You can use code YouTube at moneysavingacademy.com to save $10 off your first month. So I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.